We are looking live at a council meeting in Monroe Township where there is growing backlash about a proposal to build a new data center in the area. It's a packed room. Right now, you're seeing two of the council members speaking. The mayor is now looking to block all data centers within city limits. If you feel like you've been hearing a lot about data centers in recent weeks, you have. They've actually been around for decades. Data centers provide the computing power for all our devices to function, to stream on Netflix, scroll on social media, or send emails. But in the race to build AI, UPenn computer scientist Professor Benjamin Lee describes what's different here.
What's changed is the advent of artificial intelligence and the way we build these data centers. The GPUs, the chips that do AI compute, draw a lot more power than they used to. They generate a lot more heat than they used to. And as a result, we are seeing unprecedented impacts on electricity usage, on water usage. And that's really just so that we can power these chips and keep them cool.
Let's take a look at some local proposals. In Pennsylvania, in Chester County, neighbors packed a meeting in East Whiteland Township as the company Sentinel Green Fig amended its plan for a data center to be even bigger. 1.6 million square feet, roughly the size of 8 or 9 Walmart superstores. Here's how that landed.
And I'm here tonight because I believe this board deserves the full picture before making a decision that will affect the value of every home in this township.
Everything that I'm hearing tonight and everything I have researched about data centers, it concerns me. Even if you ask AI, are data centers good? The overwhelming answer is no.
In Gloucester County in South Jersey, a data center is being built right now. Vineland is an agricultural community. People say they chose for the quiet. Now they say they're hearing this steady hum. Some describe it like helicopters constantly circling above. Now, the company building this, called Data One, said in a statement, quote, based on recent inspections and acoustical monitoring conducted by Cumberland County Health Department, our site is operating in full compliance with Vineland City noise ordinance limits. Now to Delaware. Near Delaware City, a data center called Project Washington would reportedly draw 1.2 gigawatts from the grid. For context, according to NBC 10's Tim Furlong's reporting, the Salem nuclear power plant across the river can only make about 2.3 gigawatts. That really puts it in perspective. So I took these concerns, the size and scope of data centers, the sound, and the energy used to Professor Lee. By the way, his research at UPenn centers on how to build sustainable data centers. And he tells me what the data actually shows about the impact of data centers on communities, not the fear or the speculation. Let's start with the noise.
That you have massive air handlers, and when you're moving that much air over such large facilities, it is possible that you're getting the hum or the low grade constant sound from maybe the air movement or the air handling systems. That's my hypothesis. But I've heard this in practice, having walked through these facilities as well.
He says it's loud, but he says that noise level actually ranges from facility to facility, so some communities won't hear anything at all. Okay, what about the energy needed? We hear a lot about this. To power these facilities, will our bills go up?
I think the answer is yes. The question is how big of that impact radius. What is the impact radius of a data center going up in the community? The issue is that when data centers are built, they may require new energy infrastructure, maybe new transmission lines that supply electricity to it, maybe new energy generation. And the grid operators and the utility companies are permitted to pass on the cost of that new energy infrastructure to ratepayers.
So pass it on to you. Finally, the size and scope of these facilities. Professor Lee believes that the AI race really does matter because whoever wins it gets to write the rules. But he says the process needs to be transparent for communities. Take a listen.
We need to think about who is incurring the costs and who is incurring the benefits in this, in the selection of where data centers are being built. I do think there also needs to be a proper discussion about the potential benefits of AI and the timelines for all of that. I think we are probably 10 years away from really seeing the true potential of AI, but we're investing now. I think it's understandable that people are worried and getting impatient. Like, we're not seeing those benefits, but we are incurring these massive costs. And so we need to have that discussion more openly and more candidly, I think.
So later this week, I'm going to share what Professor Lee told me every single resident should be asking the companies and their local government when these data centers are proposed. So we want you to weigh in. Do you have concerns about data centers in your backyard? You can submit a question through the QR code on your screen, or you can reach out to me directly on Instagram at Lena Tillett News.